Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. This is DJD Reviews here with a quick look at MTRM-08 Despotron, MakeToys interpretation of a MP scale Megatron. MakeToys do a very stylized interpretation of figures, so this isn't for everyone's taste. You do have a lot of options out there at the moment though, so obviously you've got Hasbro's Megatron, which is a tank. You've got DX9's Mitron, which is more of a G1 accurate look, especially with the face sculpt. You've got X-Trans Bot's Apollyon, which was the first real MP Megatron to be released outside of the Takara MP-05, and obviously you do have MP-05 as well, but there has been reports that Takara are going to be releasing a version 2 of their Megatron, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot of images on the internet at the moment, so the good thing about this is we do have choice. The more choice we have, the better, the more options. I think that's all well and good. I think it's a really good thing. So taking a quick look at the box, the front of the box, you've got a really nice image of Megatron on the front in a very aggressive, kind of like maniacal laughing pose. If we turn the box this way and to the side, so you've got the remaster logo and then MTRM-08 Despotron in the Decepticon colours. Now it's not very clear, but there is also an image of the inside of his thigh and shin for some strange reason, so I'm not entirely sure what that's about. On the other side, again, you get the MTRM-08 Despotron and the remastered logo, but this also, if I stand it up tall, you do get a nice image of Despotron or Megatron on the side there. That's really nice. And then on the back you have just various product shots, so you got an image of him from the front and the back. One of the things I really liked about this figure, one of the reasons why I decided to go for this one over the others, was just purely the way it looked, and also the fact that it was so clean on the back. And then if we just come in a little bit more, it just gives you some product shots in terms of different poses, so you can have a look at the different articulation it has, and also there's 4 different face sculpts that come with the product. And then at the bottom you just have a few more different product poses, just so that you can see the level of articulation and what the figure is actually capable of doing from a posing point of view. Again, there's some Japanese or Chinese writing on it. I don't speak or understand any of that, so I can't tell you what that means, but there you go. Okay, so accessories, basic accessories in the box. He comes in robot mode, and in robot mode his gun barrel is plugged with this piece of plastic. Now, a lot of Megatrons in the past who were gun modes came with one of these, and I understand a couple of them were actually glued in place, so they actually left residue when you tried to actually get them out, and it didn't do the figure any good. This one just popped out. There was no glue used or anything like that. You can use it to display if you want. Personally, I'm not going to. I wouldn't recommend taking this figure or any Megatron gun figure out into the public in gun mode, even if you were going to put this stopper in there, because guys, it's a gun. People are going to get scared, so just don't do it. It comes with, like I said, the 4 faces, which I showed on the back of the box. So the first one I'm going to show off here is his what looks like a very angry face. So Starscream or one of his minions has obviously upset him quite badly. Really nice face sculpt and good use of light piping. I know some people don't like light piping. I mean, I've got figures with light piping and paint. They both do the figures justice. If they decided to go with paint, it wouldn't have made my decision on whether to get him or not, but I think they've done a really nice job with the sculpt. If I turn this round very, very quickly, and just gives you show you how this actually comes on or off the face. So this long slot here, basically you just plug this into the slot on the face, so it's really easy to put on and remove any of the different face sculpts. So, and again, because they include 4 face sculpts, it's good because you've got options. This one, just a very stoic face, no real expression, but I really like the way that they've actually done the lips. They're not overdone, they don't pout out or anything, it's just a very subtle shape of the lips. Again, some really nice detailing and sculpt work, and the paint is really, really good. I haven't had any problems with paint on these, and again, using the light piping to really good effect. And then the last face, as I've got one already installed, is a maniacal laugh. Again, really nice sculpting detail, and the paint is really good on these. I haven't got any problems or complaints about the paint. The expression on this one, it's good, but it's not symmetrical. So to me, it looks a little bit more kind of like a Joker type of laugh from Batman, but still very, very good. Me personally, I've got the smirk face installed, and I think I'm gonna keep that one installed for the foreseeable future. And then finally, you get a set of instructions, and this has got the same artwork or same photography work on the front as the box art, and then the remastered logo and Despotron at the bottom. This is quite thick. There's actually 2 manuals in here. They've essentially separated it into an upper body and a lower body transformation, which again I think is quite sensible. The pictures are very clear and concise, so you're not going to have to get get it under a microscope to see what you're doing in terms of which piece to move. So they're all very, very good in terms of step-by-step instructions. You do also get in the package, you get his sight, and you also get a mace. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in Megatron and hope he doesn't fall over, just to kind of give you an idea of how he looks when posed with these particular accessories. So as you can see here, he's got his mace attached to his right arm. It will only attach to the right arm. The reason being is the way that the figure's been designed, his left hand inside actually contains the top of the back of the gun mode, and that's actually fitted into the forearm when the fist is out. So couldn't actually you couldn't actually put this on the left hand. The only hand you can do it is the right, because there's a space for the fist to fit in when it's in robot mode to actually attach the mace to. The mace, probably the chain on the mace is probably about 10-15 centimeters in length, so you've got a really nice length of chain there. Really nice purple transparent plastic. These spikes, they're not overly sharp, but if you aren't careful when you're holding it, if you hold it too firmly, you will get a little bit of a prick. The barrel itself, some people have complained about how long it is. Me, it's not really a massive factor. I do think DX9 did a really good job in designing theirs, because it's a really nice full length in gun mode, but when you transform Megatron into robot mode, you can shorten the length of the scope. I think it would have been a really good idea for MakeToys to have done something like that. But again, to me, it's not really something that was going to detract me from purchasing this particular figure. Whilst we've got Megatron in view, I'm just going to put him just off to the side slightly. And everyone's going to be asking, what's he like next to MP10? Well, here you go, guys. This is MP10. I'll just go back a little bit. Now, I think that is a really, really good scale. People have complained that MakeToys Despotron is quite thick, quite bulky. I actually quite like that. I think that's how Megatron should be. I think he should be slightly bigger, slightly bulkier than Optimus Prime. They're roughly about the same height. I still think Megatron should be ever so slightly taller than Prime, but in terms of actual scaling, I think these guys look absolutely awesome together. I don't think you're going to complain about these two being next to each other on the shelf. And if I just turn Megatron to the side and Optimus Prime to the side, they do have a very similar kind of side profile. And again, one of the things that really made me go for this particular version of Megatron from MakeToys was, look at that side profile, guys. There's actually no kibble there at all, none whatsoever. I mean, that barrel is meant to be there, that's part of his actual design in the cartoon, but other than that, there's nothing there. And I think that's absolutely amazing how MakeToys managed to engineer this figure so that there's pretty much no kibble whatsoever on this figure. So again, let's just turn these figures. So yeah, I honestly don't think you could go wrong with Despotron. Really, really nice figure. And let's just get him out of the way and bring in Megatron a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to remove his mace. Now, when you are posing him with the mace and with his scope, you do have to be careful in terms of it. They do slightly affect his center of balance, so you will have to slightly adjust his stance, his pose, just to compensate for taking them off. But I think that's pretty much the same with any figure. You just have to slightly compensate for it. And if I just get in here and undo this, let's take his cannon off. This is quite tight, and we're just going to grab his other hand. This hand is really stiff. And then we'll just reattach the cannon. There you go. Megatron in a really nice place. What's really nice about this as well, the way it's designed, is actually got a an ab crunch. So really nice that they've got an ab crunch in there, guys. Okay, so I am going to stop this video in a second after I've done the articulation, and I'll transform into robot mode. But very quickly, let's just straighten him out a bit. So in terms of articulation. You have a ball jointed head that can go up. Hang on. You can go up that far, can go down that far. It's got a full 360. The arms have got a full rotation at the shoulder. They can go out that far. You have a single pit elbow that will give you that much. You have elbow, you've got rotation at the bicep, sorry. My left hand is a little loose in comparison to my right. It's not loose, but it's looser than my right, but that can do a full rotation. The thumb is fixed, and then you've got a trigger finger and then 3 pinned fingers. Not entirely sure why they've done that, because obviously he didn't come with any other accessories like a gun or anything else to hold, so not entirely sure why they went for that. He does have a really nice ratcheted ab crunch. He's got these side skirts, let's get that out of the way, that you can manipulate. Front skirts can move out of the way, and you've got articulation to there, back to there, and out to, let's move that a bit, out to there. Knee joint wise, you can get it past 90 degrees, way past 90 degrees. That's really good knee articulation. And then you have not much down, quite a bit up, and then you've got a little bit of a rocker here. And again, what's really nice about this is you've got the heel support, but you've got heel support which has got some of this stabilizing rubber on here, so he's not going to slip on various surfaces. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video right here, and I'm going to go and try and transform him into gun mode. So just give me a few minutes and be right back. And we're back, and here we have Despotron in gun mode. And guys, it's a gun, what can I say? It is very, very thick around the handle. I can just about get my hand and my trigger finger in there because it's so big, the grip is so big. But I can understand why MakeToys have made it this way, just so they can fit in all the engineering and the way that the transformation works. The transformation, whilst I was off camera, it went a lot smoother, a lot quicker than it had ever done. Really, there's only two real areas where it kind of gets a little bit finicky. The first is the top section here, just tabbing all of this together. You've got to make sure that the legs are all the way up and all the tabs are where they need to be and so forth. In fact, there's probably still a little bit of gapping here, so it's probably not completely perfect, and that's on both sides, but that's just a really fiddly area, just the last few pieces. And then the other piece would be his head. His head is really tight in there, and it's just a pain to get in and out of the chamber where it is. Other than that, I think it's a really, really good gun mode. Other than the trigger, there isn't any actual functional element to the gun. Like I said, the actual sight itself does not have any electronics in it at all, but it does have a nice red. You can see through it. Probably won't show through. Oh, there you go. You can see through it in gun mode and through that sight. So that's a nice touch. On the other side, you do have the P38, which again is a really nice touch. And again, that's some of the panel work, which can be a little bit of a pain. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to put the P38 emblem on the reverse of the gun. I think it could have gone here, and that would have looked really nice, because this is actually changes into part of the shoulder in robot mode. So I think that would have been a really nice touch to have actually put it there. But other than that, I think it's a really good gun mode overall. Yeah, so that's basically Despotron in both robot and gun mode. Do I recommend the figure? Yes, I do. In terms of flaws or issues I have with it, out of the box I had two slight issues. Just above here I've got a little bit of scratch, so I think the paint might be a little bit thin. Other than that, in robot mode, his right leg is at the knee is held in by two pins, and essentially it's a friction joint. And unfortunately, if you're playing around with it too much and posing him, it does tend to drop a little bit in the knee. However, there's two tutorial videos online, one by Kuma Style and another by I can't remember, but basically if you remove the inside panel of his thigh, the red section, and then just lift off the black panel on the outside of his leg, you will get access to both pins. I just got everything out of the way, put them on a flat surface with some support, and just took a flathead screwdriver and a little bit of a hammer and just hammered the pins in, and now they work. The knee works absolutely fine. I don't have any issues with posing him whatsoever at all. So overall, I'm really impressed with this figure. So in gun mode there is no articulation, even this section here, which is the safety on proper gun. It looks like it should move and work, very similar to the one that does actually function on DX9's version, but this is molded in plastic, so it doesn't move. So be very careful if you're playing around with it. Don't move that, because otherwise it will break. But yeah, I'm really impressed, and later on down the line I'm sure I'm going to be collecting some more of MakeToys figures, but until then, you know, I'm really happy with this. He looks amazing on the shelf with Optimus Prime. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Until next time, take care, have a great weekend, and see you later. Bye bye.